see.
Hello. Welcome. Come on in. Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, whichever one it is. Hello, we are here. Now, we are not on Morning Star, as you can see. That is because following the passing of my father, I have certain obligations which I need to fulfill, and I can't do those from on board, unfortunately. So I have to come back anyway to get on with those. And whilst we're here, we're going to enjoy Christmas with our family. Isn't that right, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you written your list yet?
I got you here this year.
Yeah, you got me here this year.
Last year.
No, hey, tell me, have you written your list of Santa Claus?
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear, as big as that, is it? Right, okay, you've done yours as well. Oh, good on you. Sorry? You've done your Christmas puddings. Oh, with brandy sauce and custard, I hope. Well done on you. Well done. So...
What about Kate's Christmas
Oh,
cake?
yes.
Yeah, 40% proof, my daughter's Christmas cake.
Christmas cake, 40% proof. There's a whole bottle of brandy gone in it from what I've seen. I won't be driving home after I've had a slice of that, I don't think.
You can't.
I'll have to bring it home with me and
eat it at home, in bed.
And eat it at home in bed.
Oh,
that sounds bad, doesn't it? And as for Santa, sorry mate, you can have a mince pie on the dish.
Yeah.
Anyway, Here we go then. We are off on our travels again. Now, after last week, things, this is the part of the journey where I start relating to you what happened to us on our trip. Now, some of it is I'm talking in reverse because obviously I didn't want to film the same journey twice. So as I go past certain points, I will explain what happened on those points. And there is quite a bit of scenic film towards the end of this week's vlog, and I've left it in on purpose because the reflections are absolutely stunning, and I couldn't cut them out. I had to leave them in for you lovely people to look at. Yes. Right, shall we move on then? Yeah, let's get on with the vlog then, shall we? Yeah, go on then. So, this is where we left last week, outside the Blue Lay, where we'd had the most enjoyable food, and it was time to move on now. So we pushed across to the other side of the cut, where there was a water point, and if by magic, this is where we are now, and this is where we start today's cruise. Okay then guys, we're now going off to find someone more up, but first a couple of locks. Well done, sweetie. Well done. I've got it. See down there? It's literally just there. At the end. Right. So while I left Carol to walk down to the lock with windlass in hand, I released the boat from its mooring and went down to join her. Now these locks are not the easiest on the network. They've got like a rod that comes out at the top of them, and you seem to be turning the windlass for hours before it finally reaches its full extent. But Carol was doing exceptionally well with them and was certainly gaining some muscles. Now just 2 locks down from the Blue Lay is the Boathouse, which is another very, very popular pub, and we stopped in there on the way back. Now from here on in I'll be relating some of the stories about our return journey. I did not wish to bore you all with seeing the same scenery from the other direction, but this Boathouse we did actually go into and we had a very pleasant meal. On balance, the Blue Lay was the better, but still very, very enjoyable. This is more of a traditional pub, this particular one. As you can see, the towpath was closed at this particular point, and that was very, very good really. The CRT were deciding to tar macadam the whole of the towpath from this point right the way down for a couple of bridges. Now that in itself is very good, and I expect all the skateboarders and cyclists will love it, but for now, going out, it was in fact a very pleasant break, and it meant that you could moor up without going anywhere and not have a lot of footfall. Now on the way back we did stop here again, and just behind this hedge there's a little walkway and you can walk to the little co-op shop across the fields, and very worthwhile a jaunt out if you like walking through a fields, which in the summer is absolutely beautiful. But for tonight we're going to spend the night here. Now reception for both broadband and television is not the best here, well, at least not where we moored up, but it was indeed a very welcome break, as it had been a long, tiring day. We leave our overnight mooring, you can actually see the tar macadam pathway that they've put in. Good job too. Like much of this canal, it is interspersed with some beautiful scenery, and we just spend a couple of minutes and we'll take you on a jaunt through with just a little bit of quiet music. It's not long though before we arrive at another one of those scenic locks that you will see on this way. Now, we were doing this quite early in the morning as we were hoping to get a good head start, because it was holiday season and the canals were, to be fair, pretty busy. I mentioned earlier that Carol was getting very good at working the locks, and here she is showing you how to walk across a pair of lock gates. Now, one hand on the bar, one on the windlass, and both feet on the lock. Keep yourself safe. Some of the locks were easier than others. She's doing extremely well. There are a good number of linear moorings on the offside, i.e. the port side as we're going down, and amongst them were some fabulous commercial craft from days gone by, as you can see. Well, now we've jumped a little bit down the canal out of sequence on purpose. This is the introduction, as it were, to Leamington Spa. Now, we were going to moor up in Leamington, but as you will see in the next section, we actually moored up just the other side of it in a beautiful spot with open fields all around us. Now, Leamington Spa is in fact quite built up, and I was disappointed. Leamington Spa conjures up a fabulous place, and in fact, when you visit it in the car, it's great. When you come down to the canal side, it just doesn't seem to have. It seems to have been left behind a little bit. It's not unpleasant in any particular way, it's just a bit of a disappointment because you expect so much more, but it is nevertheless a very picturesque place to travel through, and it does take you right by the centre of Leamington and the railway station. You'll come across numerous mobile masts, as you can see here on our starboard side, so you can be sure that you're going to get good reception. And they've also at this part taken to clearing some of the old warehouses from our port side and built very nice blocks of flats. Well, let's jump back a bit just before we approached Leamington Spa, and you're probably saying, why on earth did you do that out of sequence? Well, I wanted just to say a bit about this part. Just at the bottom of the locks before you go through Leamington Spa is a beautiful wooded area, and it was in this wooded area on our return, one of the hottest days of the year. We were still suffering, both of us, from the after effects of COVID on our return when we got here. Carol was extremely poorly, and it was here that I really began to get concerned about her. And it was here that I had to make the decision that we would book Morning Star into the marina, and as soon as we got there, get her back home. And on our return journey, all the locks that we went through, which you've seen some of, how Carol worked them, I have absolutely no idea. I myself was still poorly as well, but we got through with a lot of help from CRT volunteers. After we explained our situation at the Blue Lay, they actually got us up through those locks, which meant that we were able to get out and get back just in case Carol needed hospital care. But anyway, it was in this particular shaded area, and as you can see, there's plenty of tree cover, and it was absolutely packed on the way back with other boats all moored up there doing the same as us. But it was extremely hot, and thanks to all the volunteers that helped us on that return journey and other boaters. As I just mentioned, it was here that we found some beautiful Armco. It stretches for quite a way. There's open countryside around us. The broadband reception was good, and we spent actually on our way down 2 nights here. Very, very enjoyable. Come back. Hello. We're back.
Hi.
We enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed those reflections too. Aren't they vivid?
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Leamington Spa's done and dusted, as they say, and we head on next week. And next week is an interesting one. You will see Carol in a phase that you don't normally see Carol.
Oh, no, not that one.
Oh, yes, that one.
I wish he wouldn't put it up. Or out.
Out. Well, I'm afraid it's all part of the journey, so it's going. So, excuse me. We are going to say thank you very, very much for your lovely comments after last week's vlog.
Yes.
Thank you all for subscribing. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do press the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. Nor does a thumbs up. And we love you all. We absolutely adore the comments. We love reading them.
Yeah. We feel like special friends.
Special friends. That's a good way to say it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not just subscribed, you're just special friends.
Yeah.
So we just want to say thank you again very much for joining us. Take care and look after yourselves. And we will be back again next week, even though we're not on land. We will be back. On land. On water. That's the way. On water. I don't know what's in the beer, but it's really good.
You've only had 2 swigs.
That's enough. Right. You take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, keep yourselves safe and keep yourselves healthy. And until we see you again next week, this is Ian.
Carol.
Saying ta-ra for now.